Hey everybody, welcome back. We're gonna do Dynamite number 4 by Dynamite Comics. So I didn't review the other two because, well, I didn't want to. So we're gonna start right into the story, and I still love these the comic of Arthur Soydam. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's very fun. So what is this all about? It's basically is Marvel Zombies, DC Deceased, but then from Dynamite. So everybody's turning into zombies. There are people running, defending themselves, killing zombies kill them, etc., etc. So where is it going? I don't know, but there's some mismatch. Let me rephrase that. There's some coming togetherness because in the previous issue there is a button. Red Sonja found a button somewhere in the Mayan temple or on top of the Mayan temple before she is, fleeing. And that button is belonging to someone, and that is revealed here. And for those who know what I'm talking about, you know who this button belongs. You know what's going to happen. I'm not going to show it, but the hints are all over the place. It's a very old character from the 19s. He starts. He had his own series. He was battling or fighting against and with, Lady Death. What's the other one? Vampirella as well, and some other supernatural beings. But hey, enough rambling as usual. Let's go in. Skipping a few pages. So we see. Okay, this is this is weird. This is way too much. Okay, here we go. So they are on Mars. There is a ship of vampires coming out. We have Red Sonja, we have a Bolt, Vampirella, and we have Deja Forest, and they going into the ship because there's a teleporter, and the teleport they need to transport them to somewhere. So everybody's turned into vampires, zombies, whatever. They're getting killed, and then the problem with this comic, the whole time is, it's not really a bad comic, but it's more like they throw some humor in there, and it doesn't work at all. It's so immature. I mean, it's just like people on Twitter. They are using a Twitter speak, and they are implementing it in a comic. So here, Deja Forest has a radium, a plug of radium, and she says, "Oh, you ever always gonna carry a radium plug with you?" And she says, "No, well, I'm from Basum. Oh no, she's a princess of helium, and she needs a universal power source at all times." And she says, "Don't you have one?" And she says, "Alas, no pockets." Okay, and that's not really a really bad joke, but then she is here explaining in herself and towards her, stuttering, oh, that's a bad joke, and then she explains here why it's a bad joke, or, God, I mean, this is not how Vampirella acts, and Vampirella does not do this kind of shit. So she's using the radium to power up the teleporter, and they have to hold off the zombies and whatnot. And then this is what I mean, Purgatory. The other person also battles and team up with Purgatory. I love Purgatory. She's a badass character, but they are going to pussify her, and I mean, since Dynamite is it? I'm not sure, but Dynamite had some more edgier titles, or titles that is less mainstream, if that's the word. I mean, they have been, when you like some kind of band, you love the work, and they're going mainstream, and then the band is doing top 40 music numbers. This very mainstream and very boring. Well, that is how Dynamite lately is. I mean, there are some titles that are pretty cool, but the titles from yesteryears, from 90s, 2000s, those are gone. I mean, so if they bring back Purgatory, it's going to be something like this with probably bad humor and social justice warriors elements. I'm not sure, I'm just guessing, but that is what I'm expecting. Moving on with the show. So, okay. Then we have the heroes, I forget the names, of Project Superpowers getting beamed up because they are getting, how do you say, overrun by the zombies. And did I forget a page? Let me double check. No, not really. So then we have a character called, what's her name? American Spirit. And there is Daredevil. That is not Daredevil, but it's more. Is it Daredevil? I hate it, and I always forget those names because how many Daredevils are there? Well, let's see. But she's getting attacked, and then these group of people, said, okay, we need to go into defensive mode, and then there's this driver taboo. Oh, I forget that. I need to go back. So, where's the teleporting thing? Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, this is what I mean with the bad humor. This guy has been on the telephone for 4 fucking issues with his girlfriend. And now he says, oh, hey, I'm getting teleported up and I'm getting sick, so I need to hang up, baby. Bye, till next time. I mean, is this supposed to be humorous? I mean, the writer is Fred van Lente, and that's a Dutch name, I believe. And he's not a bad writer. He's actually a very good writer, but or he did some cool things. Maybe I should say that. But all those silly Billy humor, it's just terrible. So okay, so they are getting hunted by I believe Daredevil or I want to know who he is. Give me a second. It's not this one, Daredevil. Is it Daredevil or the Death-Defying Devil? Why am I saying Daredevil? Maybe that's his name also. I don't care. Let's move on. So I believe this guy is called Peter Thunderbolt, and she is Miss Fury. Let me double check that. Miss Purpur. Like I said, never mind. It's so inconsequential. Is that a word? I just made it up. This review is all over the place. I am so sorry. Because I cannot get my mind around the whole thing that there are serious things in here, like this one. They are getting, there's people getting attacked, and they are jumping into action, and they are going to a certain place and to prepare because the Green Llama wants to have a piece of the zombie flesh, a tissue, and then he's gonna study that and make a cure. But then they also do those stupid humor things. So they are getting attacked by the Death-Defying Devil. Peter Thunderbolt, if that is his name, battles him, and then he throws a boomerang. It gets back, and he is getting, as you can see here, get the boomerang in his head. And I really love this angle, this action shot that he is, getting the boomerang and then the body language that comes with it. But then somehow, I don't know how that works, he turns to dust. He just exploded in dust. He's not a vampire. He's a zombie. So how does that work? I don't know. But anyway, the American whatchamacallit, what's her name again? American Spirit, is also being zombified because devil bit her. And then they are skipping a few pages. So then this really weird thing happens. So she sits here, and the llama has some, I don't know, magic powers that controls plants or something. She bites in the vein of the plant, and then somehow, while he is connected, turns into a zombie. And that makes totally no sense at all. Totally no sense. That is not his flesh. Even though they are maybe cyclically linked or something, it's not his real flesh. You cannot get the disease through air. You need to get bitten, like physically, like this one. Not like this one and then just getting into a zombie. That's not how it works. I know this is a comic book. I know this is science fiction or fiction, but it doesn't work like that. So, and then skipping a few pages, we see here Deja Forest and Red Sonja and Vampirella still battling. the undead, and then out of the teleporter comes, hey, it's her betrothed. It's John Carter, and then we see here the button that I talked earlier. But Mr. Carter, or Mr. John Carter, is basically a zombie. He bites Deja Forest, and then she gets turned. She's gonna battle Red Sonja, and then eventually they are fleeing, going into the teleporter. Well, Red Sonja and Vampirella, I mean, leaving them behind, and then coming back with the stupid jokes again. So there's some shenanigans here. She blasts them, and then out of nowhere they're coming bats. So, I mean, bats are not a real threat. I mean, if I'm, getting attacked by a group of vampires, but then they turn into bats, yeah, they can swarm you, but you can easily dispatch them. Like swinging a sword around or blasting out, or you torch them, whatever. And then, oh God, Vampirella says, "Sorry, love, but I said at my least ménage à trois, this is where I get off." Ha 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 ha. That's a joke, but not really. And then Red Sonja says, bats, they're gonna poop on us and possibly turn us the undead. I mean, come on. They're gonna poop on you. Come on, this is 12-year-old humor. So they're going to the Himalayas. They're getting teleported there, and then the band are still alive. Peter Thunderbolt, Miss Fury, or whatever her name is, and that stupid driver. Getting there, and basically coming a little bit back to the end of the video, it reveals that the leader, or one of the persons from that clan, is the master. And then the button says, well. It seems that because these are Draculonian vampires, they are some kind of line of ambassadors on Earth. So Peter is here, being brushed aside, and then it reveals that this guy is the one that the undead are seeking for whatever reason. And so the dead have come back. They are all looking for him, and the button says, "Hey, we need to get back to work." And then it reveals then who it is. So I'm not going to spoil that, but it's not a real surprise because, well, if you have any knowledge of, Dynamite characters, you know exactly who it is. Here's a hint. It has evil in the name. So, okay, that's... yeah. Is it a good book? No. Quality is good. The art is good. The colors are good, and like I said, it's okay if you can stand the atrocious Twitter speak humor. So I give it a thumbs down. I'm gonna finish the series and then see what happens. Maybe gonna sell it. Maybe I'll just collect it and store it. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time. And that's it. Bye.